This guy was the owner of the nightclub, and I think he was I hope he's not alive still, but I thought he was quite an operator in some form or other. The governor arrived with his wife and everything. It was a frightfully hot day, and Sean had taken off his trousers to keep cool. He was perfectly dressed up to there. But Sean came alongside, and we said, can we present you to Lady Brennan? And he said yes, and he jumped out of the car. He didn't even have a jockstrap on. She said, my dear, said like that, and turned away. And he said, oh, blah, blah, blah. So they got him a towel and put his trousers on, and the thing went on. Here we get the wet shirt syndrome. You'll notice what a damn good physique Sean had, and which none of the others have had, I'm afraid.
The whole idea of her walking out of the sea at that moment and being dressed like that was very appealing. I find it rather old-fashioned now to look at it. I mean, Bo Derek would have come out with nothing on.
This was a kind of I can't remember what it was. It was a buggy, a dune buggy with a rather corny thing in front of it. It was not really much good. We didn't have any money to do anything better than this. We were lucky enough to have the flamethrower.
Yeah, well, no bra, too, you see. The emphasis on no bra, I guess, in those days was really quite crazy in those days, that's right.
Sean was just starting to put on weight after this. 2 weeks in Istanbul, he had to hold his gut in when he was getting out of a shower or something. We always had a girl and doing the desk clerk, whatever it is. If a girl could do it, a girl did it, and especially a pretty girl. And Ian was very disappointed because in the book I believe they're stark naked or very nearly naked, and one of them bites the other's breast, bites a nipple or something. I said, Ian, what kind of a picture? How the hell did you expect I was going to get away with that? In those days, they didn't even like the idea of people screwing on the screen. It was normally you expected to pan away to the fireplace.
In the last analysis, his greatest weapon was himself. That he could extract secrets from them, win them over to his side, make them change allegiance and all that kind of stuff, just because he was a great lay. That was part of the James Bond mystique, that he could manipulate women that way. Later, that became a very, very, with the women's lib, people began to hate all that stuff, and we eventually had to do it less and less.
And I'm afraid we lost the rotary arm went through the foot of our cameraman. And for a long while, he eventually lost his foot, I'm afraid. They had to amputate it after a lot of trying to keep it. Helicopter shooting is very dangerous.
This was my idea. It was a steal, of course, from Hitchcock, North by Northwest. He damn nearly hit Sean a couple of times, because a helicopter is not like a plane. You pull the thing, but it doesn't operate for nearly half a second. There's a delay between the transmission of it's not like steering a car and avoiding somebody by half an inch. That's Sean's frog look. I used to have to say to him, Sean, frog. He used to do this with his mouth. He wouldn't do it twice. Most times you didn't have to tell Sean. It's rather bad back projection. There's no red in it.
Blackman is the most unusual of all the Bond women on a number of counts. For one thing, she's the only actress ever to play a James Bond love interest, if you will, who was older than the man playing Bond. Sean Connery was 33 years old when he did Goldfinger, while Blackman was 38, hardly the pliant and sweet young talents that have passed through the series before or since.
To fly the Piper Cubs, we'd assembled a gang of tough hombres, mostly dust-cropter pilots. They were all given black shirts and awful blonde nylon wigs from the local Woolworths. You'll notice I could never go in close on those planes. Once airborne, they insisted on removing the wigs, too sissy. Those who kept them on could be seen with cigars clamped in their mouths.